I've had a lot of Indian actors who have come here and worked very hard to pave the way. Irfan, Anil Sir, Rahul Khanna, who's in the Americans now, Nimrat, Kunal Nair, people who have paved the way for someone like me who's from India, not an Indian American, to actually come here and be able to do this. If they hadn't done that, slowly made place for someone to actually come and get an opportunity like this, I don't think it would have happened for me. So I'm very grateful that that happened. And honestly, to me, I'm hugely grateful to ABC for you know, when Kelly Lee, who's the VP of casting, she came to meet me. I was shooting Gunde in Bombay. She came and met me and she talked to me about a talent holding deal, and they've done a couple of talent holding deals with, I think, Kerry, with Sandra Oh, with a bunch of people. And she spoke to me about doing one. I was a little, you know, it's a big commitment, television, so many years and all of that. And so I told her that, you know, she said, just come and read the script, see what you feel. And I came here based on that. There's only one thing I told her. I said, I want to be taken seriously as an actor. Don't put me in a box. Indian talent has always been put in, not just Indian talent, I feel like immigrants, honestly. People who are not, I don't know, conventional looking, if I may say, have always been put into a box of where they come from or who they're supposed to be. And I'm an actor before anything else. And I honestly, I'm going to quote Robin Thicke, but I believe in blurred lines. You know, I really do believe in the fact that we've started looking at people as their colors, or we've started looking at people at the countries that they come from. We've stopped looking at people, as a world. And I think that's what I wanted to be known as. I wanted to do a role which was ethnically ambiguous, which was, I wanted to be the best person for the job. And when I auditioned, I happened to be that. So
you proved it.
Yeah, and I wanted to get the job on merit instead of. And kudos to ABC for giving me, breaking all the stereotypes that have been put on you know, Indian actors. And they've just, in fact, when you see the show, you've just seen the pilot right now, and every time I read a new episode, I get so excited because there are so many things that this show will say which will surprise you, where you say, "Arey, but ye to koi nahi bolta hai." You know, these are not things that are talked about or said or acknowledged, and this show does that on so many levels. I mean, not just with my character, but Yasmin, who plays an Arab veil-wearing, ass-kicking, gun-wielding FBI agent. When was the last time you saw an Arab girl play such an amazing character? You know, and not be put into a box like that. I think that it's just, with all of our roles, they've just, ABC has done an amazing job with this show, and I'm happy to, like, this is my first step into anything that I've done in America. Prep, my experience with Hindi films literally gave me the experience and ammunition to be able to breeze through a day of insane shooting like we do in television. So no, I didn't have to unlearn anything, but I had to learn, like I said, American and FBI speak. Clear the room. Speak on a louder decibel than normal whenever I speak as law enforcement. But in the world today, we've always been told to be a certain way. We've always been told that this is the right way for a girl to be. And when we fight for equality or we talk about feminism, it's just basically the ability to have a voice, to have an opinion and not be judged for it. And you know, I am a girl and I have an opinion, and my parents raised me like that actually. I was always raised as my dad told me, my mother told me, being extremely conservatively Punjabi. I was always told that what you think is what you should say, but it's you have to have the courage of conviction to stand up for it. So if you make a mistake, you can't hide away from it because you made a mistake. You have to stand up and claim whatever it is that you do. And I think that gave me a huge sense of courage that I had my family. I've always had my entire khandan, not just my mom and dad, my brother, but my masis, my cousins, my buas, everybody's always with me. We're Indians, we travel in packs, what do we do? So they're always, it's the truth. We travel in packs. But I think I have huge support with not just my family that keeps me rooted, but all the fans around the world. You know, they've always, I do stupid things, I say silly things, I say whatever comes into my mind, I do roles which I'm not supposed to do, which are unconventional, but I've had huge support from the demographic which watches Hindi films, and which is the reason I could do this. Otherwise it's really scary actually, you know. But I've always had people just say, do it, and I've just done it. So we made Alex half Indian and half American, yet at the same time, as you go along in the show, you'll see that she's extremely close to both her roots. And there are so many people in the world right now, especially in America, that have that upbringing, you know, Indian Americans who are in the country, born here, second generation, third generation. And she's that girl. She's curious about the world. She's a modern Indian girl. She believes in everything, her roots, where she comes from. She's aware of it, but at the same time, she has thoughts of what a girl today would be, and that she's flawed. But I think she's not apologetic about her flaws. She's not apologetic about where she comes from or where she's going. She just wants to be, and I think that's great. Proud of the writers that they're breaking so many stereotypes with this show, and they're actually talking about the fact that it's easy to just blame the brown girl and frame the brown girl, and I think I felt extremely proud to be able to bring the plight of that, which I have experienced with my friends, not with me, but with my friends and people that I have known who are looked upon as, just because, you know, their name is Emma, they're Muslim or they're brown, looked upon as, oh shit, they're gonna blow up anytime. You know, people always look at, and that happens. We make fun of it because that's all we can do, I guess. I always make sure that I don't say the word bomb in an aircraft, you know. So, you never know, oh my God. But I'm saying that I think, you know, when a show, which is fictional and it's entertainment, and Quantico is not at all saying, oh, I'm art, take me seriously, but at the same time, it does not take your intelligence for granted. But I'm super proud of being on a show which talks about the things that don't get spoken about, and in entertainment. There's no like moral of the story, or you should sit down and say, oh, you know, we're making a point. No, I'm not some political messiah for this. I'm just an actor, but I'm very proud of being a part of a show which is going to break the clutter when it comes to how we are perceived. I'm someone who really believes in the work that I do. I've learned it on my own. There's been no one who's ever taught me how to act. I didn't go to acting school. I learned working with the best directors, the best actors, the best producers in the Indian film industry, and that's taught me a lot. And I have huge confidence in my ability to be able to play a character, whatever that might be. So that I was never afraid of. What I am afraid of is judgment. And I'm scared of it. Of course I'm scared of it, you know. I'm in another country. I'm away from everything that I know of familiarity, and I'm scared that, you know, the audience that has known me, the people who do watch my films, will I let them down? Or the audience that's going to know me, will they be inquisitive enough to want to know more? So yeah, I'm nervous, I'm stress eating. I go to Burger King 6 times a day, I think, now. So I don't know, I guess by the time I reach 2 weeks later, you'll see a very different size. Wherever. I would do a Punjabi movie, God knows. I mean, I've done Tamil films, I've done Hindi films, now I'm doing an American TV show. So I go where my work takes me. I don't believe in you know, limiting yourself. I think that, you know, when we plan too much, I learned very early in my career that man proposes, God disposes. So why try? Yeah. Just, you know, go with the opportunities that you've got right now, make the most of it. If something great comes along, you know, I just go with the flow. I'm not afraid to work hard. So whatever God gives me or whatever opportunity I get, I just work damn hard at it. And, you know, a good result would definitely happen if you work hard. So.
Aarti, go ahead.
And if I'm sitting here in front of all of you on, you know, with my face on Times Square and Sunset Boulevard, dude, anyone can do it. You really just have to start, I think, and I tell young girls this all the time, I was not supposed to be this. I was supposed to be the good Indian engineer. And suddenly, life changed. I swear to you, and I am the other I'm the other Destiny's child besides Beyonce, I always say. Destiny took care of me. And I think the only thing that I did for myself, honestly, was I didn't conform for someone else. I think just don't change yourself for anyone else. And we all have flaws. I have so many, I can count them all night and all day. We all have flaws. And if you think about it logically, and because I'm a math student, I'm going to say this, your flaws is what define you to be unique. And if you're unique, you're special already. So embrace your flaws. I've always embraced my flaws and I've made them my strengths.
Excellent. Great.